We're living at a remarkable moment of human history, a moment of confluence of crises, all of great import, several truly existential, in that if we do not confront and overcome them, and soon the game is over, literally. The human experiment will have come to an inglorious end, bringing down much of the living world with it. The two existential crises, as we all know, are the approaching environmental catastrophe and the ominously increasing threat of nuclear war. There is some good news. In a few days, the most powerful country in world history will be free of a malevolent force that for 4 dread years has been dedicated to destroying the environment that sustains life and to dismantling the arms control regime laboriously constructed over 60 years, which has offered some protection from indescribable tragedy. That opens opportunities to save ourselves from species destruction. There is more good news. We know how to resolve these crises. There are feasible means well within reach to meet the IPCC goal of net zero emissions by mid-century, and to move on from there to construct a world that will be more livable and humane. Furthermore, in a few days, the United Nations Treaty on Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons will come into effect, signed by 122 nations. That is some of the good news. The bad news is that though there are feasible methods to save the environment that sustains life, they are not being employed to the extent that is necessary. And the states with nuclear weapons have not signed the treaty prohibiting them. These intolerable flaws can and must be remedied, and soon. If humans are capable of stemming their drive to species suicide, other critical problems can be confronted and overcome. Most of the world is in the grips of a brutal pandemic. Most, not all. Some have dealt with it quite effectively, which teaches lessons. The millions of deaths, the enormous suffering are needless. Answers are within our grasp, and that holds as well for the pandemics that may follow, very likely more severe than this one because of the heating of the environment and habitat destruction, unless they are soon curbed. All of these crises are international. They know no borders. They can only be addressed with international solidarity based on communities of engaged citizens who can devise and implement the measures to lead the way to a much better future. Every region of the world faces severe problems: hunger, homelessness, lack of access to health and education, and much more. In the richer countries, these assaults on elementary human rights are unconscionable. No less unconscionable is the failure of the rich and privileged to attend to the needs of those suffering elsewhere, who are very often victims of those who have gained wealth and privilege. The local problems are also international and call for solidarity and engagement. It is most fitting that the project dedicated to creating the world of peace and justice that is within our reach should honor Jeremy Corbyn, a man whose dedication to these values throughout his career is an inspiration to all of us. It is our task to carry forward the efforts to which Jeremy Corbyn has devoted his life with such impressive integrity and fortitude. Thank you.